everyone, welcome back to more Guilty Gear lore. Today we are going to be continuing our hunt down of heaven or hell, and we are going to pretty much continue the story. You're probably wondering why ain't anybody else here? Because we tried to do a recording, the recording fucked up like 4 different times. So we're taking a break from that one, and now I'm here by myself to record a video because we need a video to go out. So this one goes out to our Guilty Gear community, baby. And so that means we're going to be watching more Guilty Gear lore. We're on episode 5, or Duel 5 of Heaven or Hell. Please be sure to check out, I believe their name is, what is it, Wolfie Versus? I think that's who we've been watching, yeah. Woolly Versus, Woollyverse. So please check them out in the description below and at the end card. And please hit that like and subscribe button if you're new here. Anyway, without further ado, shall we begin the lore dive? I hope it's good. I seen that my girl, the girl I main, was in this one, and I kinda got excited. So, yeah, it better be good. It better be good, you guys, or I'm gonna be upset. Okay, it better be good. POV, me wanting it to be good.
Ramlethal Valentine has been defeated
Hey.
only 1 week after her declaration of war.
All right.
In Babylon,
Bro, 1 week and she didn't even have a burger. No burger to make her a good girl, damn.
strange gray ash is raining from the sky,
Oh.
and the once bustling city is now a deserted wasteland.
Okay.
With no survivors found, but all structures still intact, the world watches on in confusion.
Ooh.
Some believe it to be Ramlethal's doing. Others say it's caused by a change in St. Elmo's fire. But only a select few realize the truth.
I forgot there's a character named called Saint Elmo, which is just funny because, hi everybody, we're going to kill you all. Oh no.
The Conclave has finally played its hand. The Cradle has awakened, and the last dawn has begun.
Yo. Well then, shall we begin? Ooh. It's time to take over the world. Oh yeah, so as I kind of recap, so these guys were the guys who are like introduced magic to this world, but also like oh no, they would never be bad guys type of deal, if you know what I mean. After Y2K happened.
Heaven or hell.
Oh.
Get ready to rock.
Oh my god, that came through my headphones, man. Holy shit. How loud is it? Oh yeah, you can definitely hear it through my headphones, or at least I can. That's crazy. Okay, there we go.
Guilty GGXrd.
Hey!
Sign.
So this
Story
is sign?
mode.
Okay.
Moments before Ramlethal's declaration of
Okay.
war on October 21st, she meets with the Conclave to see if they're mentally prepared to proceed with the common goal of activating the Cradle.
Okay.
Liberia has doubts because of the projected casualty count, but Axis chides her, emphasizing that there isn't enough time to make humanity understand. Liberia concedes that the Conclave only exists because of what they intend to do today. Cronus then
Well,
signals the beginning of the last dawn. Days later, following the destruction of Babylon, King Leo Whitefang is scrambling to get search and rescue efforts underway when he's contacted by King Kai Kisk, requesting approval for temporary release of Elfelt Valentine.
Hey,
Leo
Elfelt.
declines,
Ayo,
so
ayo,
Kai decides to
my girl.
act alone to authorize her release.
Ayo.
Elfelt's constraints are removed, and she immediately deploys from Kai's Royal Fleet 1 airship.
Let's
Within
go.
seconds, she's able to nullify Ramlethal's self-destruct attack on Salt and
Hey
subdue
yo, okay, so I really wanted to know Elfelt lore, so I'm here for this. Elfelt Valentine, let's go.
her.
She was like a weapon.
あれどうして
Hey, our girl.
Elfelt, like her sister Ramlethal, are creations beholden to Mother, just like the original Valentine of Baptisma 13. Unlike the others, however, Elfelt was born with no knowledge of her true mission up until her memories were unlocked on the day of her wedding. Finding herself at odds with her programmed role to bring about human omnicide, she decides to leave her fiancé a death metal vocalist, at the altar. She then finds Kai and
That's so fitting. Oh my god. Bro, that's so fucking nutty.
chooses
I
to
love
warn him
Elfelt.
of the coming dangers instead.
Oh my god, I fucking love
We
Elfelt.
flash back to a
Holy
research
shit.
lab in 2014.
It's okay, she was just... Oh, she left her death metal boyfriend behind. No.
Arya asks Frederick if he's
Okay,
ever
I'll
wanted
be
to be a
her.
bird.
I'll be her boyfriend.
He says
I'm
no,
okay with it.
but flying would be cool, so why not a cockroach? Arya calls him
Well-
unromantic. Asuka arrives, and the conversation shifts towards human
the boy.
experiences. What would you do if the world was going to disappear tomorrow? Frederick replies, stop whatever's ending the world, or die trying.
Based.
Arya then
Sorry.
says, you mean spend it with someone you love?
Okay, a bit of
A year
romantic,
later,
but,
in 2015, Frederick celebrates the creation of Asuka's stabilized gear cells and the end of human illness.
Hey, yo.
But Asuka's
that's a pretty big
concerned
W.
about them being weaponized. They agree that they'd rather destroy the research than allow that to happen. Asuka tries to tell Frederick something about Arya, but the moment passes. Another year later, in 2016, Frederick discovers Arya's terminal illness.
Oh.
She doesn't want him to drop everything and find a cure, nor put her in cryosleep. She just wants to not be alone and spend her time with Frederick.
Ooh, okay, I see where... Damn.
This game,
That is
you're not ready for it.
unfortunate. I've been wondering how much of it could be Frederick's fault, aka Souls, but... Maybe it...
In
I don't know.
Bedman's dream world,
Hey,
he
Bedman.
analyzes the history of Soul Bad Guy and reports to his unknown client that he finds him fascinating. Shortly afterward, alone, he ambushes a
Hey.
gathering of Slayer, Milia Rage, and Venom, who've decided to report their intel on the Cradle to Illyria. Bedman's client notices that he's having fun fighting assassins and notes the similarity between him and his sister, Delilah. Bedman is displeased at the topic, but reiterates that his sister is the reason they must create an absolute world.
Oh, shit.
Aboard Royal Fleet 1, Sol, Kai, and Sin hear the radio reporting a Babylon cover story crediting the Illyrian forces, keeping the existence of Elfelt a secret. Some of the public believe the catastrophe might have been caused by St. Elmo's fire, a naturally occurring giant lightning bolt that strikes once every 13 years.
That's pretty cool.
It's celebrated for
That's
once
pretty cool,
saving
honestly.
several members of the Holy Order during the Crusades, as it
Okay.
struck a group of gears, giving humanity the upper hand.
Yo, they should
To
build a
prevent it
religion
from
around
causing
that.
massive casualties in a populated area,
Legit.
Illyria Castle itself was built to be a massive lightning rod to attract it.
Oh, shit. Okay, that's fair.
Elfelt further explains the truth about the Conclave to Kai, Sol, and Sin. Ramlethal escapes her interrogation room and threatens to destroy the ship itself, but Elfelt once again nullifies her abilities, as they are sisters with similar programming. Without any ability to fight back,
Telling you, just
all
get that girl a
Ramlethal can
burger.
do is talk. Sin, who quickly becomes friends with Elfelt, attempts to reach out to Ramlethal's emotional side as well, and gives her a mage hound, a magical
A
puppy
mage
that
hound?
keeps biting her.
Aw.
Soul warns Sin
Oh
that
my
these
goodness,
Valentines
cute.
aren't human,
You.
aren't to be trusted, and to expect
Cute.
betrayal. Sin doesn't care,
Bumper.
and points out that Soul's just projecting his own insecurities.
Ooh, damn.
たく親父の世界ってマジで狭いよな
Damn.
Meanwhile, King Leo Whitefang debriefs US President Vernon on the captured
it's our boy
Valentines. Not long afterwards, the Cradle is detected reappearing over the Black Sea. A transmission comes in from Major Lyle of the Istanbul Battalion, en route to Babylon. They're near enough to have a visual on the target.
Okay.
King Leo
okay.
commands him to approach cautiously and only provide intel, but Major Lyle defies the order and goes on full offensive.
Ooh, this is an L. This man's dead. Bro, also that means you guys attack first. No. You fool.
Cradle activates again, and its energy sphere engulfs the area.
Yep. Massive L.
Johnny contacts Foss for help with May's unknown ailment, which appears to only be affecting Japanese people. Faust looks at her patient record and realizes that Japanese colony residents have been receiving a placebo instead of correct treatment.
Oh, shit.
May, in the meantime, distraught after
Yeah,
Ramlethal
that would
called
do
her a
it.
disease, decides to leave home to keep her friends safe, but Chip convinces her to return. As they reunite with the jellyfish pirates, Bedman appears, having defeated the assassins single-handedly.
Oh, fuck. Oh, there's Yo Chip popping off. Let's go. I have a lot more respect for Chip after doing this deep dive, honestly. This guy's kind of a badass. Oh, well, he's about to be a dead ass, but... No, he's okay. Zato saved his ass. Holy fuck.
Johnny and Chip are about to lose
Okay.
when Zato interferes, saving them. Bedman escapes.
Alright.
Eno brings Axel Low to the backyard,
Uh-oh.
where he meets Asuka, and delivers a message from the
Heyo.
original, as it can only be heard by the intended recipient.
What the fuck?
It's indecipherable noise, but Asuka understands it, and thanks Axel by offering some sweets to go with his tea, with flavors that can only be experienced in the backyard. Axel, fearful, politely declines and asks to leave, wondering how the man behind Justice and the Crusades could be so polite. Bonding over their
Goodbye.
unusual parental situations,
Goddamn.
Elle tells Sin if he ever feels like calling Kai Dad someday, he should do it. She then explains that her mother is not a real person, but actually an implanted concept she's programmed to obey. Her abilities allow her to find people with the right code, like Soul or Sin, but when she ran away from her mission and used it, it somehow led her to Kai instead.
Okay, interesting. Also, for those who are upset about the ads, I'm sorry. You're gonna have to deal with it, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know what to tell you. Every ad blocker we've tried doesn't work.
2074, the day Justice awakens. At a relaunched Gear project facility, Asuka looks on during a test activation of Justice when something goes horribly wrong. An entity from within the backyard attempts to make contact. It was identical to the dawn of revival, except this time, the manifestation of a divine will now had a perfect vessel to birth itself into, no longer confined to
Give birth.
electronics.
Oh no. Like,
Suddenly,
no.
the information density detected within Justice spikes to the equivalent of a galaxy cluster.
Oh, that's
Within
bad.
seconds, using
pretty
DNA
bad.
data acquired from Justice, the being begins replicating additional bodies by the hundreds, simultaneously
bad.
manifesting them into
really
reality
bad.
in her immediate surroundings, floating above Japan. Asuka realizes
I do like
that at
that
this rate of
we're-
replication,
I do like that we're getting more on what's going or what happened to the lead up of Japan being absolutely obliterated.
within the hour,
like
humanity
it.
will be lost. Calling out to Justice as Arya, he tells her that he's switching to manual override,
Because
charges her
Arya
gamma ray
was
to maximum output
Justice.
plus 40, and gives the command to fire. His lab tech says this will vaporize the entire country, and can't bring
Oh,
herself to do
fuck.
it. Asuka apologizes for asking her, and fires it himself.
Asuka was the guy who made the hard decision. Oh,
何をしたの？あの光は何？私は何を撃ったの？
oh, and Arya blames herself.
Arya screams in
God.
confusion as a blinding light engulfs everything.
No. That would do it. Yeah, that would do it.
Kai
That would
receives
do
a
it.
secret data log from Leo. It's revealed that Major Lyle's battalion inexplicably survived the cradle, and that their attacks were deflected by Absolute Defense Felion, an extremely specialized spell that repels everything physical and magical that can only be performed by the Sanctus Maximus or a Conclave member. Kai decides it isn't safe to discuss further plans until they're out of reach from Conclave surveillance, in the one place off the grid, Zep. Saul disagrees with Kai's
going to Zep.
methods, to which Kai then asks Saul bluntly if he's only after revenge, and if he sincerely doesn't care what happens to the rest of the world.
お前は
Oh.
本当に
あの男に復讐を果たすためだけに私たちと行動を共にして
He
いるのか
definitely wants revenge. I cannot blame the man.
知りたいんだ。お前は本当に世界の運命に興味がないのか。
つまらねえことを聞くな。
つまらなくなどない。確かにお前はあの男に改造を施され人間ではなくなったのかもしれない。
Oh.
だがそれで心や魂まで変化が起きてるわけではないはずだ。
はあ、だからなんだ。
お前を信じたいんだ。最後にはきっと人々の剣となって
I mean,
戦ってくれるのだと。
I don't see why you wouldn't.
何を言い出すのかと思えば笑わせるな。
Soul says he exists to kill all gears and that man. Kai asks what makes his wife and child so different. Why not destroy them? Soul says the conversation's over, but Kai tells him that he can't run from the truth.
加減にしろ。叩きのめされてか。
やってみろ。
上等だ。
Soul threatens Kai.
Now
Kai
we're
tells him to
talking.
try.
Fuck. Just punch,
He
kick
then
him in the
asks him
face.
what comes
With his
next
butt.
after revenge. Soul says he doesn't think that far ahead. Kai
Okay,
tells Soul that he
true.
knows nothing about his past or even his real name, but tomorrow always comes, and when it does, Soul has a home with his family.
気持ち悪いことを言うな。頭でも打ったのか。
Aw, your friend, and they were
さあ
roommates. Oh my
ジ
goodness.
ャスティスの子であるディズィをめとったんだ。きっ
Aw.
と私も普通ではないのさ。
Sin and Elle spend more time with Ramlethal in the interrogation room, and eventually get her to open up by introducing a hamburger
Yes,
from fast
there it
food
is.
Danny
You
Missiles.
gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me that the burger's what makes it happen. No. 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 It's not. It was the burger.
Over time, they grow closer.
The power of the American burger. It was true. Oh my god, she became a good girl. She became good. And, I mean, she's super tsundere, but she became good after Burger and
Elle
Dog.
thanks Sin for what he's
faced.
doing, but asks why
Holy
he's
shit.
attempting to befriend an enemy. Sin explains that he empathizes with the feeling of being thought of as a tool or a machine that has to suppress its emotions to not be abandoned.
Oh, shit. The relatability and the characterization of seeing each other, seeing yourself in the other person. Crazy. Holy fuck. What good written characters.
President Gabriel personally receives Kai and Soul as they arrive at Zep. He informs them
Hey.
that an unexpected guest, Zato 1, arrived earlier and is currently waiting to speak to them. Zato 1 explains that he's only alive due to the machinations of the Conclave, and thanks to that, he can shed light on their motives.
Okay,
They control the
okay.
cradle, and inside the cradle is the body of the god of destruction, Justice. Evidently, since the Conclave aren't satisfied with already covertly controlling the world politically, their goal must be a world where they control all free thought as well.
Oh shit.
The resurrection of Justice, who has already demonstrated the power to globally mind control an entire species, might allow them to accomplish this. The resurrection
Pretty bad.
experiment with Zato and Eddie taught them how to bind their own soul to her body and assume full control. The possibilities of this plan strike Soul, Kai, and Gabriel as dangerously plausible. But just then, they receive a report that Bedman has infiltrated Zep by his lonesome.
Oh shit. Bro, Bedman kind of a menace. Holy shit.
皆事が済むまでゼップ名産の茶でも楽しんでいていただこう。
大統領は
狩りには獲物を追い立てる犬が必要だからな。
Yeah, because these guys use the old technology. Oh shit, yo, that's sick. What the fuck?
貴様か、随分と派手に暴れてくれたな。損害請求は誰にすればいい？元老院か、それともバレンタインか。寝たままでは会話もままならないか。ならばとっておきの目覚ましをプレゼントしてやろう。
Oh god damn. Oh, Gabriel don't fucking throw hands. What the fuck?
預けたアグニテン
Gabriel tracks down Bedman, who's startled by the strength of Gabriel's bare hands. He attempts to escape, but Gabriel physically stops him, slamming him to the ground.
Then why is Gabriel so cracked? What the fuck?
He is brought in for questioning,
I did not
ultimately
expect
to no
Gabriel
avail.
to be that cracked. What the
歴史上
fuck?
これほど無意味な
But
自
if you're
分
gonna run a
は
whole
類が
country, you
あ
might
る
as
ま
well
い
be, I
な
guess.
Kai contacts Leo from Zepp and updates him on the situation, then asks for authority to release a special person to help fight the Cradle.
Ew. Who are they gonna release? Ew. Isn't this that human game or whatever? Anyway. Ramatha and Doggo.
Bedman visits Ramlethal in a dream, explaining that things have not gone according to plan, but he still succeeded in reaching her. He explains that she failed her mission and did not self-destruct, so it's Mother's will that she be erased to stop any further info from being compromised.
Shit.
Ram explains that it's because her and El's powers cancel each other out, but she accepts Mother's decision. She asks if she can take her dog with her as a last request.
あの犬も一緒に連れて行けない？
Bedman is startled by this blatant display of emotions and becomes immediately upset with his client upon realization that Ramlethal showed signs of a personality.
なんてことだ。こんな少女を僕に殺せというのか。
Suddenly, he hears Sin entering the room and hides. Bedman watches as Sin has a heart-to-heart with Ram to help her understand the new feelings she's experiencing.
綺麗だって思わねえか？
わからない。
それはラムが表現できる言葉を知らないだけだ。この気持ち、
Bro, what good character development.
何か
What
難
the
しい
fuck?
言葉とか理屈で説明されたくないんだ。違うよ。ラムは道具なんかじゃない。
違う？
Bro.
てめえ、いつの間に？
Good dog.
Bedman interrupts and drags them both into his dream world. He then decides to teach her the meaning of the word replacement.
犬はすまなかったね。でもこれが一番手っ取り早く分かりやすいと思ったんだ。君にはどうやら感情がある。だから代わりという意味を知るべきだ。
Apologetically, he kills her magehound puppy, then creates a new identical one with a summoning spell. When the dog doesn't bite her, she realizes something's wrong.
違う。違う。これじゃない。どうして同
Because
じ犬なのに。
at the end of the day, it'll never be the same. It'll never be that same dog. It's not the same personality. That little fella that bit you, it's not the same thing that he created. Aw, dude, the character writing is so good. What the fuck? Oh my good. I'm just. I know I've been pretty quiet this recording, but because I'm actually trying to sit here and remember and piece of what passed together, like the other recordings we've done of the lore so far. And oh my goodness, also Bedman's just kind of a dick. What the fuck? Leave Ramethal alone. The story writing for Ramethal is real good. Because like she is a tool, she's supposed to be an emotionless person. And then you have Sin who always feels like he's a tool, but he's wanting to be more than that. It's very good writing. I very much I like this. This is very nice.
何が
Very
違う
nice.
の？
Oh.
そうだ。これが代わりということだ。でも君は前の犬が好きだったんだよね。
みんながそれぞれ違うの。
There you go.
私も違うの。
ラム。
Oh.
Bedman goes off on his client, forgiving Valentine's emotions, asking her what the hell she was thinking, then tells her that she can finish the show on her own. She apologizes, admitting fault, and reassures him that he's necessary to complete the absolute world. Bedman accepts her apology. In the Illyrian War Room,
Oh,
Leo
fuck.
introduces President Vernon to Kai's requested help,
Hey, we're back in the
Dr.
war room.
Paradigm.
Guys, you can never have a war in the war
Paradigm
room.
begins a complete analysis of the Cradle events so far. He concludes that first, the Cradle is not only carrying the body of justice, there are other life signs as well. Furthermore, the attack on Babylon was not an attack, but actually a means of transportation. Lastly, the remains of the victims of Babylon left behind gray dust, which is exactly what happens when normal life enters the backyard. But Lyle's unit survived their encounter, due in part to being one of the forces that fought alongside Kai during Baptisma 13. They all received special blessings of protection against magic tuning from the backyard.
No.
He
okay,
concludes
that's
that the
neat.
Cradle is hiding in the backyard, but must reappear in our reality once every 26 hours to come up for air. That presents the perfect
Oh.
chance to turn the tables.
I see.
Vernon is thoroughly impressed and remarks that he may
Because
have
if you're there in the backyard too long, then it would corrupt the damn thing. Yeah. So you just pick spots randomly across the world to just kind of boop and dip in and out. Makes
been
sense.
too quick to judge
So you
Kai
just gotta figure out
when
where
he
it
spoke
is.
of coexistence with gears. Dr. Paradigm also casually reveals that the Opus units deployed worldwide are mostly gears, which appropriately panics Vernon and Leo.
次のゆりかごの行き過ぎのタイミングとその出現範囲を
Oh, shit.
ある程度絞り込んであるゆりかごの再出現ポイントを取り囲むように各国の精鋭兵力で包囲網を敷く
Okay, okay.
出現と同時に包囲網を狭め一斉に全火力を注ぎ込んで集中砲火を浴びせるのだゆりかごごと
It's kind of crazy how much
中身の
they
ザステスを
bring
粉砕するぞ
Professor Paradigm back into the story, but I guess it doesn't make sense.
Together with a joint coalition of forces from various nations and Soul Bad Guy, they plan to intercept the next appearance of the Cradle,
damn.
projected to be above the northern Black Sea.
They fucking ready
With
for him?
420 tracking
wonder.
beacons, hundreds of international airships, Dr. Paradigm's secret weapon, and a half-magic, half-black-tech intercontinental ballistic missile named
Oh,
Vagilanda.
shit.
バジランダ発射
Oh, that's crazy.
With Soul Bad Guy riding on top of it, the counterattack
of
operation
course.
commences.
作戦は完璧だ
Suddenly,
That's so sick, dude. They were like... They were like, no, not just a badass cool. We took our black technology, you know, like our forbidden technology from the past before Y2K, and we also took our magic, and we strapped Bad Guy. Granted, he wanted to go out there on top of the missile, and he did punch the missile, which in hindsight might have blown up, but it didn't. This time he just hit the outer layer. We're sending him in, boys. That's crazy. Yo, that's crazy.
何事だ
敵中です何者かがビーコンを破壊しています
Bedman appears and wastes no time
Oh, shit.
as he begins destroying tons of beacons in the projected area. Leo attempts to stop him and falls short, but Johnny joins him, and together they're able to stall Bedman for
There's
time.
Johnny, boy. Ska.
Faust, with help from the Mayship, manages to use his teleporting door to get a backup beacon placed just before the Cradle appears.
Yo, W Faust moment. Let's go. Yo, let's go, Faust.
Allowing the air fleet to immediately surround it on all sides.
Let's go. Let's go. W Faust moment. Oh my god. That's so cool.
Before Cronus can get his bearings, Paradigm's secret weapon, that man, appears before the Cradle.
Oh.
久しいね、クロノス。こんな
Oh.
形で再会するなんて残念。
So we don't trust Paradigm anymore, right?
やめか。なぜここに防衛砲撃撃ち落とせ。
Homies put Oscar right in front of it. What the
無駄
fuck?
だよ。
ゆりかごには光線を目的とした装備はない。この程度の攻撃で彼を倒すことはできる。
Okay, I'm in. Dude, I'm locked in. I'm so focused. This is not fair.
いかにギアメーカーであろうと。
そうだね。確かに絶対防壁フェリオンは僕の力でもリスペクト。しかし破壊することはできる。
Ew.
彼が
Me and him. POV. Soul seeing. There's Soul. Ooh, dude, look at him turning.
それバッドガイ。
Soul turns around and just punches Asuka.
今は作戦に集中して。
After
Oh
a quick
my
greeting,
God,
Batman
dude.
tells Cronus to not waste any time attacking, and explains that while absolute defense Felion can't be dispelled, it can be destroyed with the force of a spontaneous microverse.
Oh, there we go.
僕を媒介にしてバックヤードから直接引き出す攻撃。フレデリックが繰り出す拳は今地球上では成し得ない高エネルギーを作り出す。
What? Dude, that's nutty. The power scaling and fucking Guilty Gear is nuts, dude. Fuck.
そして魔法防壁のある物理空間そのものを消滅させ別の小宇宙を誕生させあとはこの世界の崩壊をせき止めるフォローをするだけ。
Oh my god.
簡単な話だ。
Just make sure
Soul
there's no
destroys the
predators,
cradle's barrier, opening the way for all airships to open fire, vaporizing everything until the only thing left when the smoke clears.
Yeah, but do they succeed with Justice coming back? Because there's seems like a sign.
くれたなギアメーカー。やはり貴様が最悪の敵だ。しかし耐え切ったぞ。我々の勝ちだ。
Oh
Is the
shit.
corpse of Justice, full-sized and stripped of her
Yep,
outrage
yep.
armor.
Oh shit.
The tea room itself is physically located inside her body, and from there,
Uh-oh.
Cronus begins to directly shift
That's
her
nutty.
into the backyard. That man moves to stop the escape, but Bedman suddenly jumps between them and teleports that man away. Soul is still recovering from his last attack, but stands to chase after Justice. Elphelt flies and pulls him away before he can, explaining that even if he won, it would be a suicide mission to leave him trapped in the backyard.
Oh, that's our girl. That's our girl. She's the goat. This is why she's the goat. Oh, dude, I fucking love Elphelt. I love Elphelt so much.
Back in the war room,
And I have
everyone
so much
meets
love
to
for
debrief.
Ramatha and Sin now.
Dr. Paradigm
Fuck.
considers the operation a failure, and Vernon confirms that Justice looked just the same as she did when he saw her last during the Crusades. Elle teaches Ram that it's okay to like yourself.
私の知る限りそれはナルシストといって悲しい生物だと記憶してるけどいいのそれでいいんだよ
Maybe not the right lesson.
Soul and Kai discuss the
Maybe
effect
not
these
like
recent
that.
attacks will have on the people.
Oh Jesus.
Kai laments that humanity is still healing
Holy
scars
fuck.
from the Crusades, and that with magic they were working towards an overall improvement of the human
Okay,
condition.
Okay.
Soul says, yeah, things are stable and people have nice lives, but that comes at the cost of their freedom of choice.
True.
Kai asks if he then advocates for anarchy and chaos. Soul says
Always.
no, but eventually
Me, I
people
do.
go from appreciating what you give them to expecting it, and then they get scared of losing it. Is that how we should live? Kai
It's been-
replies
it's
that
been-
not all
it's all
people
been.
have the strength to stand on their own.
だがそれ
The Soul spitting.
今のお前もまたただ何かを恐れているだけに見える。
何？
It's
真
only
を
being
気遣う
afraid.
お前を見てそれが分かったよ。 誰も巻き込みたくない。違うか。
キアの血が衝動をかきたてる。何もかも破壊しろと本能が指図してくる。これを止めるにはあの男を見つけ出し全てを聞き出すをほかげ。もしそこにも答えがなければその先にまっとうな生き方なんぞありはし。
Damn.
Eventually, with Ramlethal's help, the group discerns based on the date that the Conclave plans to harness St. Elmo's fire, the massive lightning bolt at Illyria Castle, to channel enough energy into Justice to bind Cronus' soul to her vessel. Leo calls for a full evacuation of the city surrounding the castle, leaving only the Opus units behind. Paradigm proposes a plan. Amplify the energy from St. Elmo's fire and overload Justice and the Conclave. Coincidentally, Dizzy, free from the Thunder Seal, reunites with Sin and Kai for the first time in 2 years.
Let's go.
素敵な再会ができたらよかったのですけど。
Aww.
髪の毛、随分と伸びましたね。
ええ。ここのところ切っても切ってもすぐに伸びるようになってしまって。
見違えただろ。2年前から80センチは伸びたからな。
立派になって。お願い、こっちへ来て。もっとよく見せて。
俺はいいよ。
え？
俺たちは絶対この危機を乗り越える。これが最後なんてみじんも思わない。それに母さんは絶対に俺が守る。だから今はかい。母さん、今この時は甘えてくれ。
Oh, the character development of our boy. Let's go.
シン。
Oh,
You found
bro, I love it. There's so much good character development in Guilty Gear. What the fuck? Why isn't there good game stories anymore? Fuck.
As the time draws near,
driving me
Cronus,
insane.
Axis,
I'm being
and
drove
Libraria
insane.
share a final moment to reaffirm their resolve.
Oh fuck.
Knowing they won't meet again, they vow to reunite in the next life and share some tea with Baldius.
Dude, I forgot about Baldius. L in the chat for Baldius. Dude, he did not survive.
来世で。
来世で。
Commencing the operation, Justice appears above the west tower of Illyria Castle and connects energy tendrils to the lightning rod. Cronus preemptively begins the soul-binding process, allowing him to command the gear cell-based Opus units to attack the castle plaza. Kai and Leo reminisce about the old days on the battlefield and intercept the Opus army on the ground level, with reinforcements from Sin and Elfelt, wielding her Cypress Project magic weapons.
Let's go. You mean our big fucking guns? Let's go. That's my girl. WL belt. Let's go. Let's go.
Eventually, they get split up, and while Kai is distracted,
さすがの連合といえど、視界外から撃たれるとは予想できなかったようだな。
あなたは。
What?
君を殺すのは少々心苦しい。しかし、間もなく我々の新たな世界が始まる。君のような人物はどんな脅威になるかわからない。悪いが、人類の未来のため、ここで退場してもらう。
You ain't killing Kai.
Axis
Dude.
executes Kai point blank with a fifth shot, holding a black tech revolver. But as he turns to walk away,
Dude, I love that they call it Black Tech. It's so cool.
ない。
That's our boy. That's our boy. That's our boy.
バカな。そんなはずはない。君は確かに死んだ。そうなるように言ったのだ。
国民は私が言うような青臭い理想論を実現できるなどと信じていない。
Our boy is such a dreamer.
私に託された期待は正しい政治ではない。だがたとえどんな暴力が
Oh
現れよ
shit.
う、私ならばそれに屈しない。そう信じてくれているんだ。
One of his eyes glows crimson red. Axis, confused by Kai's new gear-like power, staggers backwards as Kai destroys him in a single blow.
Let's go, guy. Look at skinny boy. I remember watching him do this in Strive and I was losing my shit. So I was like, oh my god, he's popping off? Love that.
Leo, 今行くぞ。
Dude, Kai's so cool.
As St. Elmo's fire strikes the tower, Justice comes alive.
But there we go. It's happening. It's happening. She looks like an Evangelion, dude. It's crazy. And that's like allegedly art. I wonder if it's, you know, I guess it's technically Justice's body, so therefore, in turn, it would be Arya, right?
From his nerve center, Kronos proclaims victory.
ついに我々の勝利だ。見ているか、慈悲なき刑事よ。見ているか、ギアメーカーよ。貴様たちの要求はこれで満たされる。我々の手によってな。そして貴様らが何を考えよう。我々はもはや何者にも屈しない力を手に入れる。
Dizzy charges and fires a gamma ray into the already charged electric conductor, causing a massive energy overload.
Base Dizzy moment. Let's go. There's our girl. She's popping off. Queen Dizzy for nothing, baby. Let's go. Oh, you eat too much there, fella. You eat a little too much. Holy shit.
As Justice begins to malfunction, Libraria returns to Kronos, saying that this loss is retribution they deserve. Kronos tells her to go find the Gearmaker, as only he can preserve the future of humanity now. Libraria refuses, saying that that should be Kronos' duty, and that she wishes they talked more. She then casts a spell, teleporting him away.
リブラリア、何をするつもりだ。やめろ。行け、フレデリック。
What? Wait, so Kronos gets to win. Wait, so does Libraria take over Justice that time? The end part? Ooh. Easy
While
clap.
Justice is weakened, Sol attacks from atop the tower, landing a critical strike that detonates her core.
Easy clap.
She doubles over, collapsing the castle tower as she falls. Hours later, the sun rises as everyone recovers from the rubble. They all appear to be all right, though Dizzy has passed out from exhaustion. Suddenly, as Sin finds El, she attacks him.
ジャスティスの覚醒によって私のミッションが達成されました。
Cool.
やっぱりこういうことかよ。
With a cold, emotionless demeanor, Elfelt says that her job was to monitor Sol to make sure he didn't destroy Justice and to ensure that he didn't wake up. Her true mission was even concealed from her own self until now. Sin is in disbelief, but Sol sees this as just another betrayal. He says that all the Valentines had emotions, even if they claimed not to, and that there's clearly a boundary separating the current Elfelt from the one they know. He demands that she bring her back.
Wait, としての命令に逆らうことができない。エルフェルとバレンタイン、出来損ないの人形どもを殲滅します。
Oh shit. Bro, leave my girl alone. No, 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 don't do this to Elfo. Come on.
Elfelt goes into attack mode, casting her Rain of Judgment. But Soul closes the distance, destroying her summoned attack apparatus. From Bedman's dream, he and his client observe the situation with satisfaction and initiate a sequence that teleports the corpse of Justice away.
Oh my god, dude! Massive L. Fuck. Massive L.
Soul approaches Elfelt, but is stopped by her barrier. Absolute defense failure. Nonetheless, Soul keeps punching at the barrier, demanding that the inner L prove her words, that people shouldn't be alone.
Oh my god. Bro, I love the character writing.
Words that echo those of Arya.
Shit. The reflections of characters.
For a moment,
and how, like,
his words get through,
stuff, like,
and the old Elfelt
each other.
emerges, apologizing
So
that she
good.
can't
So
fight
good,
Mother's
Raven.
will. In her brief moment of clarity, she apologizes and begins a self-destruct sequence.
こんなことなら私は道具として生まれてきたかった。こんなことなら感情なんてなければよかったのに。
Bro, it's ruined by ads. Fuck. Dude, I can't help the ads. I really can't.
Universe.
We tried, chat. Trust me. You too, we
But
tried.
just as she does, it's stopped by Ramlethal.
Let's go! Ramlethal can counter.
これは大事なもの。今なら私の方がそれを知っている。母さんは間違ってる。あなたも私も道具なんかじゃない。深夜私にとって違うなんだ。だから必ず助ける。
Oh.
だから待ってて。待ってる。私ずっと待ってる。
I'm not crying. I'm not crying, chat.
As
Chat.
Elfelt
I'm
vanishes,
crying, YouTube. Fuck.
Soul immediately starts walking away.
親父
さっさと取り返しに行くぞ。
Oh my god. So the next. Wait, so.
奪われてたまるか。
Yo. I wish we had had Elfelt more in Strive. I know they got their own separate story. But, like, fuck, dude. Holy shit. They gotta go get my girl.
Elsewhere, in the rubble
Holy
of the central
shit.
organ tower, Cronus
This
survives
motherfucker.
alone.
This motherfucker's still
As he
alive.
takes a step,
That's crazy.
Faust appears behind him,
Where's our boy
asking
Faust?
where he plans to go now. There are many questions to be answered,
Faust just going.
in particular,
Going, Faust.
what he planned to do with the Japanese colonies. Cronus tells Faust that he can carry about whatever revenge he wishes, and that he has no idea what colony situation is being referred to.
白を切るのですか。
Hmm.
あなたたちはこんなことをしておいてまだ飽き足らないのですか。
いや、本当にわからない。ジャパニーズコロニーに関しては適切な医療措置を行っているに過ぎない。
If the Conclave was not orchestrating the mysterious events in the Japanese colonies,
Okay.
then those orders must have come from someone with even more authority. But who could possibly have more influence than the leader of the Conclave?
That man, right? Oh my god. Oh god. Damn, no. Yo, what a good fucking like Heaven or Hell episode. Fuck, dude. I was on the verge of crying. Dude, you can't do that to me. Dude, you can't do that to me, Wolverse. Oh my goodness. Guys, please check him out in the description below. And also at the end here with the bubble. But Jesus, we've got 2 more we're going to go through in the future before we're complete with our Guilty Gear deep dive. And I just gotta say, holy shit. This one, like, I know I wasn't saying just like a whole bunch, but like, you gotta understand, there's so much lore to unpack. Also, I love these characters so much more now. Holy shit. Please hit the like, subscribe button. Uh, I'll see you guys in the next one. Fucking A. Bye-bye. Good girl because of burger and dog. That's all you need.